Irrigation is the stock on our radar. It posted an operationally strong set of numbers in this quarter as the margins were partly aided by a forex gain. Anil Jain, the MD of the company, joins us now to talk about that. Mr. Jain, good morning. Always a pleasure speaking with you. First, I want to ask you about the trigger that the market was awaiting for the last few months, which is the announcement of the mandatory micro irrigation systems, especially on sugarcane in Maharashtra. Any update on that? Has it been announced, and what could the impact be when it does come through?
It has been already announced. They were still working out details in terms of how the Apex Cooperative Bank will provide loans to various sugar factories through local, district level cooperative banks. And that got delayed due to the whole demonetization. Everything was kind of frozen in rural areas for 2 months. But we expect that to be done this quarter. So the planting season for sugarcane next season starts post-July. So I would say second and third quarter onwards, you will see full implementation. And that time it would be a bigger number. You might have been reading that almost 30-35% of sugarcane capacity in Maharashtra is not operating today because there is not just enough sugarcane. So we expect a much larger business next year because the farmers would be planting far more sugarcane and they couldn't do because of the last 2 years of drought. And in addition, this additional financing and sugar factories would be investing into mandatory drip irrigation.
Can you tell me when you say that you expect a much larger business from this, can you quantify that for us?
For us, Maharashtra is, let's say, about 600 crores a year business for drip irrigation division, and sugarcane typically is about 150 to 200 crore. Now this year, I think we are less than 100. The next year it could be 300 crores. So that kind of a minimum additional growth we see out of the sugarcane, because the government has said, and assuming they deliver on what they have said, that they want to bring at least 100,000 hectares every year under mandatory sugarcane, and 100,000 hectares would mean and business size of more than 1,000 crores. We have about close to 60% market share. So if everything goes planned, it should be 500-600 crores. So even if I take 50% of that to 300, that is still 100% more than what we have done this year.
Okay, so the sugarcane business in Maharashtra could be worth 300 crores for Jain Irrigation compared to 150-200 crore that it is right now. So let me come back to the impact of demonetization. You said that there was, some impact of demonetization which you saw. What was the MIS growth seen in the quarter, and do you hold on to your full year guidance of 16 to 18% for MIS growth in FY17?
So in MIS, we grew about 3%, in the December quarter because of what happened. Now, if you really look at the overall first 9 months, our MIS business in India is almost same level what it was a year before. So if we have to now hold on to 16% growth, that would mean we will have to grow almost 40% in the current fourth quarter, which I think some of that business has been postponed to the next year. But I feel fairly confident to say that even in the current quarter, that is fourth quarter, overall MIS growth would be more than 20%. How much more one has to see, but at least 20% growth would be there. And that would mean for the whole year, we would maintain minimum 12% rather than 16%. So minimum is 12. How much more we are able to achieve for the whole year, one has to wait and see. But, considering the 9 months, we are not almost grown. To reach 12% on annualized basis, that would mean fourth quarter has to be very strong, and we feel fairly confident that things have been coming back. Some of our orders for solar water pumps are in place. We have good orders for the exports. Combination, we should have a very strong fourth quarter and a double-digit growth for the whole year.
You had told us the last time that you were looking to reduce your debt further by about 300 crores or so. Have you been able to achieve that, and what is the net debt at the moment?
The net debt compared to September to December on standalone basis went down by 50 crores or so. Majority of our positive cash flow comes during the fourth quarter. Last year also we reduced almost by 300 crores in the fourth quarter. Yeah. So 300 crore ki debt, overall we expect to come down in the fourth quarter. So we are on path to reduce our debt. We have been also able to reduce the interest cost because we raised the funds through the dollar bonds. So as a combination, I think we are very well set up going forward with lower interest rates, actual lower outgo of interest, higher growth and even more lower debt in FY18 than what we would reduce by 300 crores in 17.
Okay, Mr. Jain, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for joining us. And that's, positive commentary actually coming in from Jain Irrigation. But we leave the markets absolutely flat and we